Hey everyone, welcome to episode 6. Today we're going to tell you about a really cool story from our winter sports team, and it's my favorite day of the year. Opening day at Tignes. We're going skiing. Hey!
C'est fermé, c'est mort.
It's going to be epic.
It's closed.
Why? Closed.
Closed. And team, by the way, it's pronounced Tignes.
Tignes. Team.
Charlot.
Man. Wait up. We've covered a lot of topics in this series, but we haven't really discussed what it means for our teams in product development to work with more sustainable materials, as they're doing now and will do in the future. In winter sports, using sustainable materials means making big changes to design, sourcing, building, and testing products. That's why we rely on the best athletes in the world. Or those guys. At Salomon, our winter sports team has always been a little crazy when it comes to product inventions. From the 1080 ski to Salomon snowblades, all the way to the shift binding. What are you guys doing?
Helmet testing.
T'es prêt, Fab?
Ouais.
Allez, c'est parti.
Go.
Oh, this looks smart. Let's head back to Salomon, talk to some experts. It's a shame about Fab.
Yeah, sad story. But you know, it's part of the job.
So one guy who's been with Salomon about as long as those two clowns is this guy, Lionel, but people just call him Yo around these parts. How are you?
I'm good.
My understanding is that in winter sports, obviously you have to have performance in everything you create. But now you're looking at the environmental impact of all the products that we create, right from the beginning. Is that right?
Yeah.
And does that mean you start with a life cycle analysis of every product?
Yeah.
Are you enjoying this camera and filming?
Not really.
Yo.
Yeah.
One more question.
Yeah.
From the life cycle analysis, is it true that 2/3 of the environmental impact comes from manufacturing and materials for all the winter sports equipment we make?
Yeah, exactly. But also, Tim, you have to understand that the end of life of the product has to be considered today.
Okay, so that means recycling, but you're not a recycling expert unless I don't know you that well.
True. So that's why we need partners.
Recycling partners.
Exactly.
Okay. Sounds like we're going on a road trip. This is a town of great historical significance, but we're not here to talk about the past. We're here to talk about this place. This is Paprec Recycling Factory, where they receive plastic and treat it to be used in new products. Our winter sports team recently came to Paprec because they've been exploring a concept for a helmet made from recycled materials that could potentially be recycled at the end of its life. Jeez. Nance, what are you doing here?
I'm exploring concept.
For our teams at Salomon, using recycled goods means new challenges and new ways of working, like finding new partners and using new materials. Normally, that part's easy because we're sourcing virgin plastics and we can decide exactly what they are. Recycled materials, on the other hand, they can come from anywhere. So how do we make sure that the recycled materials we use meet the high standards for something as important as a helmet? To protect something as important as your brain, or my brain? You test the hell out of it. This is the laboratory at Paprec, and this is Anne-Sophie. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Vous faites beaucoup de tests avec le plastique, les materials. C'est ici, dans la lab?
Oui, on analyse la matière à différentes stades du process, quand la matière entre sur notre site, au cours de la transformation et le produit fini. On fait des tests physiques avec des mesures de fluidité, des densités et des contrôles mécaniques, comme ici la résistance au choc. Donc on place l'éprouvette et on vient contrôler si elle résiste au choc. Non Tim, on n'a pas le droit de toucher. Hein.
Merci pour l'information, pour l'explication.
De rien, c'était avec plaisir.
Pardon, désolé pour le... So after all those lab tests we heard about, it looks like the best mix, the best recipe would be a blend of things like this. Everyday recyclable materials from your life and old car bumpers like this one. The car bumpers come to this conveyor belt. They're gonna travel up there. It'll all be shredded, the materials get separated, and then all that stuff gets rinsed. It's a mind-blowing process. Let's check out how it's done. I think you got all that, but we need a real expert. That's why we came here to this building to speak with Gaël. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Gaël's the plant manager. He knows everything that goes on here. He's the head chef, the baker. What happens here?
On met le plastique sous la forme de granulés pour qu'il puisse être utilisé par les transformateurs de matière. Toute personne qui fabrique des pièces en plastique utilise des petites billes. Dans notre process de recyclage, à la fin, nous devons obtenir cette petite bille. Nous allons bien choisir nos entrées et obtenir une caractéristique fiable et durable afin d'obtenir la résistance au choc, la résistance à la traction, quelque chose de parfait et de correct.
Ok. Une tour, c'est possible?
Avec plaisir.
Ok, merci.
The work being done in this factory is what will make it possible for Salomon to potentially make a recyclable ski helmet. First, Paprec takes in 2 types of recycled goods. One batch is made of only one material, polypropylene, which is basically ready to be recycled. The other materials, like those car bumpers, must be shredded and rinsed in order to be purified. From there, the polypropylene and the shredded, washed materials will be ground down and mixed together to achieve constant characteristics. Think of it as a secret scientific recipe. Next, the combined materials are melted and passed through a filter, which extracts even more pollutants. This step helps the material reach the strength and consistency needed to meet the safety standards required of a helmet. After that, the material is cut into tiny pellets that could be taken and used to make a ski helmet, which could also be recycled at the end of its life. By using recycled materials and then recycling the helmet at the end of its life, we could reduce the environmental impact of the product by 33%.
It's what we like to call the old circular economy principle. Get it? It's a circle. Well, merci Gaël pour le tour, for the information. C'est super cool the place.
Avec plaisir. Merci Tim.
Merci.
Bye.
Au revoir. Nance, concept guy. How's it going?
Yeah, good.
Just back from Paprec, recycling plant. What can you tell me about this concept for the helmet?
Well, today, Tim, it's a concept, but what I can tell you is that if you want the helmet to be recyclable, you have to make it with only one material. To make a hard shell, webbing, cozy component with only one material and the right one. And that's where really Paprec was really helpful.
So Nance, just me and you now. What can you tell me about this helmet?
No, I can't, man. But that's really a new way of working that is really exciting.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm really happy to teach things to this old sea bass.
The old sea bass?
Yeah.
Let's see it. Let's see it. Jesus. That looked like it hurt. Product guys like Nance and Yo are also being pushed by our athletes because they want to see more sustainable products from the brand as well. Like Victor and Fab, you survived.
Yeah.
You survived the car accident. So Victor, I know you're pretty passionate about this. Are you excited to see where the stuff is going from a product standpoint?
Yeah, sure. I think it's something like 5 years ago. The whole team was starting to ask for sustainable products, and now we're just 5 years later, and we have really the products, and things are moving forward really well.
Yeah, you especially. I've seen films. You've made a life of throwing yourself off things, or in early days.
Yeah.
Some good footage of you trying to hurt yourself, I think. Is it like a concern to say, oh, it's a helmet that it's a concept now, I know, but could be made of sustainable products, or you trust Salomon, that trust the design?
I'm working in skiing for Salomon since 2001, so I've got no problem with them. I think the most important part for them is performance.
You'll donate your head to more testing?
Yeah, that's why I say it's perfect.
And what about you? You're making
films about this topic. You must hear about it.
Yeah. Now I do my job differently. I want to promote products that fit in this philosophy. Good thing is that at Salomon now we have people convinced of this and they are trying to make their best to do sustainable products.
All right, thanks guys. I guess I'll leave you to your dessert and say bon appetit.
Funny. It smells weird.
Try.
You want to try?
It smells
Hey,
weird.
sure.
What do you mean? Oh!
Finally it happened.
As we mentioned, the concept for a sustainable helmet is still a work in progress, but our teams are working on a number of projects just like that. That's all from Team, or as I like to call it, Tignes. If you have any questions or comments, type them below. Thanks.